Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
Well, hello, sister. It is good to be back. It has been almost a week since I recorded a podcast. There's been a lot of craziness going on in my life, and then I got super sick for about 48 hours. It was crazy. Really, the bulk of it was about 24 hours, maybe 36 hours. But yeah, I rarely get sick, maybe once a year. But this was it. Like, my throat was so sore, fever. So, needless to say, I am back, and there's some lessons that I received in this period of just being like, all right, I have to have someone that's going to help me, that's, going to be there for the boys and care for me, and to be a woman that is usually the one who's caring for others, still caring for myself, and definitely not oblivious to what's needed to care for myself, and have this as a very, very diligent, regular practice. All the things I need to do to care for me. And don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel badly about it. Don't put it aside. Like, I really do make that a priority. But yet, there was even some deeper lessons in this. And so it kind of went like this. So the first day I kind of knew. So I went to bed that night, went to bed a little bit later that night, and I was like, like, it literally just kind of hit me, like, whoosh. And then I was like, I'm feeling a little warm, a little bit of a fever. I'm like, all right, like, no big deal. Like, as a former practicing chiropractor, I'm like, okay, fever, good. Fever burns off virus, bacteria, some kind of bug. It's my body doing the job. I'm like, it's cool. I was like, ooh, my throat's really sore. If I ever do get sick, that'll kind of be the spot for me. It'll be like sore throat. I'm like, okay. So I took some essential oils, and I diffused some, put some on my feet, like I always diffuse it, but some on my feet, and took a really hot bath. I thought, let me just kind of maybe speed up the sweating process of this. And then I had like a horrible sleep, got up in the morning, everything hurt. If you've had that kind of like sick, I don't know, whatever, cold flu, doesn't really matter, whatever you want to call it. And managed to get the kids to bed, and then from there just kind of surrendered and said, all right, I'm accepting the help that's coming to me, and kind of here we are, right? But even then, I remember driving home, once I got up to take care of the kids in the morning, and I was like, oh, I kind of got through this, like, maybe I can. I was like, I knew it was clear. I couldn't record a podcast. It was hard for me to even swallow. Like, even still, it's like just a little bit sore. It's almost like when I touch the glands, especially on my right side of my neck, it's tender, but it doesn't necessarily hurt for me to talk. We're still going to make this, I'm going to do my best to make this a shorter podcast episode. I laugh at myself because I'm like, I say that often, then I go, wow, that was 25 minutes, okay. I guess I'm just trusting it, whatever was flown out of me is what need to flow out of me, and you need to hear it. And then, so yeah, I got home. I was like, well, I can't do podcasts. Maybe I'll write a post I'm going to work on. Oh, by the way, too, I have to share this with you. Okay, just sidebar for a second. I'm super excited about this Women Wanting More fan club. That is the tentative name right now. That is launching January the 1st. Okay? It's going to be freaking amazing with all sorts of different benefits. It is literally, like, and I do mean literally, pennies a day. Okay? All of you will be a part of this. I want all of you in this so you can be getting all the amazing benefits. Okay? And it's, it's super cool. So I'll be talking about it more on the podcast. If you receive the newsletter, you'll be hearing about it on there too. Okay, sidebar to that, back to the story. So yeah, I kind of got back. I'm like, oh, I can do this. I can, I can do all these things. And then I just went, I surrender. I can't do. I lied down for a little bit. I called my mom. I lied down, and I just continued to feel like progressively worse. So I canceled a meeting I had for that day, and I was just like, all right, I'm down, kind of thing. Okay. But yet the next day, my fever broke probably like 4 o'clock, like that morning. get up around 6. I start taking care and doing stuff for the kids. And then even then yesterday, I was like, oh, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And I got a text reminder, and it was just from someone just saying, please take care of yourself today. And I went, right. Literally, in my head, I'm going through all this stuff, right? What I ended up actually doing is I did do a few things. If you follow me on Facebook, I wrote a post, I sent out a newsletter. You will receive that if you get the newsletter. I did a few kind of things here and there, and then I did some rest, and then I did some just washing kids' sheets, someone peed in the bed, dogs pooped on the floor that day, regular kind of mom stuff that comes up. I had to wash the own sheets on my bed because as my fever broke, I literally was just sweating like right through to the mattress kind of thing, right? Good stuff, because the fever broke on its own and it was all good. And I rested and I gave my body what I needed. And I literally just asked myself the question, which was like, what can I do now, right? So past me would have done this. Oh, fuck, I don't have time for this. I need to work. I have stuff to do. It's a week before Christmas. I got to get packages out to family. I'm already running behind in that. Blah, 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 blah. Stress myself out, right? And what I did instead was simply ask that question, what can I do now? What can I do now? I'm like, well, I can write a Facebook post. I can be quiet about it. My throat's still quite sore, so I'm not going to record the podcast. That's not going to happen today. It'll just have to be what it is. I'm not going to reschedule that meeting yet because I want to make sure the one I had to on the day before when I'm super sick and fevering and I'm almost delusional-like, and, let me just make sure my body's fully healed before I reschedule that. That can wait. Yes, I can wash the sheets of a few different beds and just kind of like do that, something kind of easy. What else can I do? I'm going to care for myself. Like, it literally was just like, what can I do now? Like, moment to moment, right? As opposed to how I usually would start my day and my week of like, okay, here's the things that I'm getting done with business, personal things, self things. And things are scheduled in. And then each kind of day, like, okay, what are the 3 things I need to do to get these things done? And so instead of that, it really was just like, okay, what can I do now? I wrote the Facebook post. Okay. Can I put that out in the newsletter too? Okay, cool. I can do that. Can I respond to a couple emails? Yeah, I can do that. And then now I need to rest. And I find sometimes in life that if things do go sideways, right? Whether it's you get sick, the kids get sick, I don't know, just something kind of like gets derailed, right, in your plans, that you might throw your hands up and go, oh, I can't do anything now. Because you're so fixated on it's got to look a certain way. So I kind of knew yesterday when I woke up and I was feeling better and I was like, wow, I'm feeling actually remarkably better. Like, I can do some stuff, but it's not going to be my normal work day. And I definitely can't do a workout. And I was going to get a personal appointment in, but I'm like, no, rest is going to be more needed. I'm actually doing that instead today. And so it was just a matter of asking myself the question, which is, what can I do now? Reminds me also too, when my oldest boy Tyson was a baby, and I used to do CrossFit. I did CrossFit for about 8 years or so, kind of up until when CrossFit started to get like really explode. It was kind of at the beginning stages of that. I don't know why I feel I had to tell you that, but I just did. And I lifted weights for years and years and years before that, like decades. And so CrossFit for me before Tyson was born was like 4 to 5 days a week. Like, I was just, very dedicated and loved it and loved it. And so when Tyson was born, I was like, oh, now I don't sleep. Now I don't even know what day it is some days. I don't even have the strength. Like, I'm just like out of it, right? And so when I came back, and it was just, and because I did have a thing in my head of like, oh, it's got to be 4 or 5 days a week. How am I going to make this happen? And I was still working at the time then too. And so I went, well, I kind of came down to it. I'm like, I can make it 2 solid days a week. And opposed to the past, which was like, man, let me hit a PR, right? Which stands for personal record or your personal best. Like, just let me lift heavier. Let me go faster. Let me do more work, right? More output. There's a lot of different benchmark workouts in your heavy lifts, which you would kind of, you would record and keep track of. And so you kind of know that you're going to like the next level with each of those things. Let me shave some time off this particular benchmark workout. Let me lift this heavier. Let me lift faster, like whatever, right? And so my metric instead no longer became those things. And it was just like, I showed up, right? It was like, what can I do now? I could commit to 2 times a week. And I was doing a bunch of burpees at the house and walking dogs. And that was all that I could do. And it was just like, I had to change the way that I really saw stuff. So again, as opposed to like, it's got to look this way, it was just like, okay, so what can I do now? Now that life has changed, now that I've got this baby, now that, I'm so exhausted, although we adopted both of our children. So it wasn't like my body was recovering from birthing, but it was still going through all the stages of just like, oh my God, and not sleeping. And, if you're a mom, how that works, right? So, and so as opposed to, again, of like, well, it's got to be this way, otherwise screw it, or I failed, or I'm not doing enough, because I should be able to go back to, but, whatever the way that you're defining this thing is that you want to truly do, it simply came down to, and this is, 9 years ago when Tyson was a baby, it's probably more like 8.5 at that point that I was like kind of back at it a lot, was just, okay, what can I do now? I can do this. And so yesterday was a great reminder of that. I could see my old lizard brain going back to, oh, let me get all this stuff. Oh, I'm feeling a little bit better. Let me knock all this stuff off the to-do list. And it was just like, no. My heart was saying to me, you're better and this is cool, but we still got to care for ourselves a little bit more today. And even now, as I record this episode, I'm going to get a couple hours of work in, and then I've got a personal appointment. It'll be pretty much time to go pick up the kids by that point, It's just like, what can I do now? And you know what? If Christmas gifts are going to be a little bit late this year, then they're going to be a little bit late this year. Like, the world's not going to end. What can I do now? So right now, I actually pulled up on that note of the Christmas gifts, but the post office, I got 2 things to send. Okay, 2, not a biggie. I'm not getting the extra things done that I was going to put inside of it. What I have is what's going to go in the box. And I'm going to go get 2 boxes right now that fit the packages so I can get them done up. And I'm going to get them mailed off today. So that's kind of done, right? It's just, again, like, what can I do now? What can I do now? So I want you, this is for your more tip today than sister. This is probably good timing with the whole holiday season, right? We're a week away from Christmas right now. My goodness. So at least as I record this, and we'll put this episode out then shortly after I finish this. What is one thing you're trying to do? Maybe it is something for the holiday. Maybe this is months from now you're listening to this. It's a work project. It's something with your health. It's something inside of your marriage, your relationship with your children, like, I don't know, something with your extended family, but something that you are working on or trying to establish, or some kind of a routine or a practice. And you've had it in your head that it's got to look this way, otherwise forget it. And what is just simply a different way that you could look at it? Like, think of that thing, whatever that is. So the more tip is first identify what that thing is that you're trying to create, or a ritual is trying to set up, or something you're trying to complete. And just almost think of it like a sphere you're holding in your hand. Choose a color. I'm going to choose blue for mine right now. And just almost like you're looking around it like, let me see this at a different angle, right? So as opposed to being so fixed and seeing it as this box and everything's got to look a certain way in the box, just hold that sphere up in your hand, close your eyes, see the color that you see, and just spin it around and go, what is another way that I could really see this? That would still move the needle towards the things that I want, but maybe it just needs to look different. Maybe it just can look different. Now, you might look at that sphere and go, nope, it's only the box, Karen. Okay, cool. But allow yourself to open up to the possibility that it could look different than what you see it right now. I want you to see this in a flow. There's a reason I'm having you see it as like a sphere or a ball in your hand, like a baseball in your hand right now. Because I want you to see the flow and the fluidity of being open to possibility versus the rigidity of a box. Okay, the sharp edges, the lines. No, a flow of like, man, what if I just, it's like you're just opening up the possibility. You don't have to go with that way, but you're like, So another really quick example of this morning, my boys, so my youngest son, Kai, loves art. He's 6, Tyson's 9. Tyson does art, but he's kind of, I can tell that Kai's got a real flair for it and he loves it, but he's also put more hours in doing it, right? And so Kai's like, let's show you how to do something, Tyson. And Tyson instantly goes, I'm just not really good at art. Now, he's also heard Mommy say that, so it's like, psh, little slap on Mommy, or just like, I did use that with Tyson too. I said, Mommy used to say that too, buddy, but I said, you know what? Here's the deal. Number one, your brother's just done it more, so he's going to have more practice, so it's going to maybe appear like he can somehow do it better. But I said, if we tell ourselves that, Tyson, we can never actually be open to seeing something that we're able to do. Like, we instantly tell our brain that we can't do those things. So when you say it can only fit in the box, it's a way of you saying, I'm shutting down any other possibility of being able to accomplish this, to create this, to set this up in any way, when it's that box. But when we see it as that sphere, that ball of possibility, that you're just spinning around, you're like, what if I look at it this way? How about this way? How about that way? And just see what you possibly see. So this is a more tip that you could just simply close your eyes and just take a breath. Be somewhere where you're not around people. Right now I'm in my car, about to go in the post office. It's raining. It's kind of dark right now. I could literally do this for a couple of minutes or 5 minutes or 30. I don't care. Like, whatever. Time is irrelevant. Just take a few minutes and just take a look at it. Go, what's another way that I can see this thing? It is amazing what will be downloaded into your brain, into your heart, into your soul when you simply ask to be shown something different. Right? Because the universe is going like, oh, you got the box thing. Okay, cool, you're good. Psh, we're on to the next thing. Whereas if you just go, no, hold on. Hold up, universe. Hold up. Come on back. We're going to put the boxing side. We got this ball thing. Can you maybe show me something different? Or whatever works for you. God, please help my mind be open to a possibility of seeing this in a different way. Now, it might not come to you right away, and most likely it probably won't. You can't force these things, right? But when you simply do that, ask and go, please show me today, universe, what is a different way for me to do this thing, for me to complete this task, for me to create this? And kind of like, you know how the good ideas come when you're in the shower? Yeah, that's because you're not forcing it. Do you get that? It's because you're just allowing the space to open up. So ask for it to be shown. Let yourself be open to possibility. Just be open to dreaming for a couple of minutes. If it's not coming to you, don't push it. And just allow it to pop in. Probably not going to be in the way that you look. Or probably the way that you think it's going to be. Okay? There you go, sister. There you go. Now, listen. I had somebody text me this morning saying, oh my gosh, is it too late to apply for the Woman Wanting More Retreat Experience 2020? And the answer was no. But sister, get on it. Okay, and I can see she's already filled her application. So if you know who this is, I'm talking to today, good on you. I look forward to connecting with you soon about this. So, the Woman Wanting More Retreat Experience, this is for women who are just like, man, I can't even see possibilities of something different in my life right now, Karen. So you might be like, okay, this is cool. I'm looking for this fear. And you're just like, nope, it's a box. Right? That voice of fear is so strong inside of you that is just saying, you're not enough. You can't do this. You've tried stuff before. You suck. Okay, by the way, this is not me saying these. I'm kind of recreating your ego / fear that's saying this to you, right? That this is just where we are. We're stuck. We're lost. We're confused. And this is the way life is. And fuck. Okay, like, I get that. I get that place where you just feel so stuck and lost and confused and like, I don't know who I am. This retreat is for you, or if you're in that place, sister. And in addition, you are just at a point where you're like, you know what? No more. I don't want to feel lost and stuck anymore. I don't want to feel like I don't know who I am. I want to remember who I am again. I want to find my strength. I want to find my power. I'm ready to raise my hand because I've been trying to get out of this place by myself, this quicksand that I feel like I'm in right now. But every single time I take a step forward, I get sunk back another 5. Right? And I get it, because we're not designed to do this work by ourselves. Like, it is still up to us to do this inside inner healing and work through all the wounds and experiences and traumas and stuff we've been through in our life. But it is tricky to do it in isolation. Okay? If this is speaking to you, and you clearly want to get out of that stuck place, the lost place, the confused place, then here's what I want you to do. You need to apply, sister. Okay, there's no accident of you hearing this right now. There isn't. There's never any. By the way, all of you that tell me, that reach out to me, I stumbled upon your podcast. I don't know how I found it. Somehow it was on my phone one day. I'm telling you, I get these messages constantly. And I love you all so much. And I also chuckle and I go, you didn't stumble. I don't mean to sound guru-ish at all with this. I'm just saying, like, we are all being directed and guided in our life. The only question is, are we hearing the messages that are coming to us? Now, you might hear me speaking right now and go, I'm full of shit and whatever, but this could be really speaking to you. And if that's the case, I'm going to encourage you to listen to your hearts. Here's what you need to apply, okay? It's super simple. Send me a text. This is my actual cell phone number, by the way. Okay, don't call me. Please don't call me. I don't pick up the phone unless it's like a close family member. Okay, but text me to this number, 250-589-4811. 250-589-4811, and simply say, Karen, I would like to apply for the retreat. I will get back to you probably within a couple hours and connect with you very shortly after that. Because you know what? Time is of the essence, okay? Because it's in about 5 weeks. And we got Christmas in a week, which means a lot of you are going to shut down for a couple of weeks, right? And then there'll be even less time come January 1. Because it is here in beautiful Victoria, BC, Canada for 2 days at the end of January, where we're going to go deep on all this stuff. So you can go from stuck to feeling like, I know my path and my direction now. Moving into this new decade of 2020. I don't feel lost. I know who I am. I've remembered. I got it. And you know what? I'm in a sisterhood of other women that are like me. This is a very small retreat, very intimate. Well, you will not be alone in this process. And I don't mean just guided by me. You're going to see that you're not alone. There's other women that are just like you going through this same stuff. Okay? And when we know that there's others that are like us, we don't feel so alone. We start to actually heal. We start to begin to do the work together. Women working together. What a concept. It's the way we're designed to be as women. I'm telling you. So, send me a text, 250-589-4811. Say, Karen, I'd like to apply for the retreat. Right now, there's 5 spots that are left. Okay, so now is the time, and I would love to hear from you, sister. So I will talk to the next episode. A life of more really is one step away from just asking yourself, what can I do now? Every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosburn.com/newsletter.